Hello and welcome to Hoffmann-Photography. My name is Rainer, and in today's video we'll have a close look at a truly legendary camera, Rollei's Twin Lens Reflex 2.8 GX. Before we start, let me get a few things out of the way. I bought this camera with my own hard-earned money, and I don't get paid for promoting it. But since I will show you a certain product, I will mark this video as advertising, just to be on the safe side. Okay, let's get started. Contrary to popular belief, Rollei, or more precisely Rollei's predecessor company Franke und Heidecke from Braunschweig, Germany, did not invent the Twin Lens Reflex, or short TLR, camera. And Rollei was by no means the only company that produced them. But Rollei certainly made the TLR concept popular. For those of you who are not familiar with the TLR concept, here is a simplified cross-section of a TLR camera. As the name Twin Lens Reflex suggests, the camera has two lenses. The viewing lens, the one on the top, and the taking lens, the one at the bottom. The viewing lens projects the image via the mirror onto the focusing screen, while the taking lens projects the image onto the film once the shutter is open. Of course, both lenses are matched in terms of focal length, so the image on the ground glass is the same as the one on the film. The viewfinder image, which is a mirror image of the scene in front of the camera, is viewed from above. The flip-up magnifying lens allows precise focusing with the help of a split image rangefinder and a micro prism ring on the focusing screen. Now, let's do a little walk around. On the left side, we've got the hot shoe for the flash unit, and this dial sets the ISO number. These two knobs are needed to remove the film spool from the camera. And this big knob is the focusing knob. At the moment, focus is set to infinity, but once I rotate this knob, you see that both lenses move forward. And this would be the close focus setting, 1 meter in this case, and back to infinity. On the front side, we've got the two lenses, of course, the viewing lens and the taking lens. This dial sets the aperture, and this one sets the shutter speed. And this one over here, that's the shutter release button. On the right side, we've got this big lever that transports the film and cocks the shutter. And I'll show you in a minute how this works. And we've got this little window here that shows the number of exposed frames. Not much to see on the back, just this little label here that reminds you what film is loaded in the camera at the moment. And one more thing to show. This is the flip-up viewfinder. And it folds back like this. This is how you hold this camera, just in front of your belly. And you look into the viewfinder just from above. Focusing, setting the aperture, setting the shutter speed. And now you can take your picture. That's all. Now you have to transport the film and to cock the shutter for the next exposure. And this is very typical for Rollei cameras. You flip up the lever and then you turn it clockwise to transport the film and back to cock the shutter. And you are ready for the next image. Now, if you need to focus very precisely, then you can flip up this magnifying lens. And now you hold the camera close to your eyes, and then you can focus very precisely. If you don't need it anymore, just flip it back. Now, taking pictures like this with the camera in front of your belly is fine for landscapes, for portraits, for a lot of things, but it's not really feasible for sports and action photography. And for those cases, you have got another option in the viewfinder. You just put this flap down, and then you've got a little hole at the back of the viewfinder, and then you can use it like a normal viewfinder. Like so. That's not very precise, and you can't really focus anymore, but it works, sort of. This piece of hardware is one of my all-time favorite cameras, and one of only 2 analog cameras I still have. But frankly, I haven't used it in almost 20 years. I hope you liked this video, and as always, thanks for watching.